This week's repertoire topic is about beginning repertoire for the piccolo trumpet. And of course, the piccolo trumpet is a pretty big subject, but I think we can talk enough today to help someone get started. First of all, I would not attempt to play the piccolo trumpet until you're a pretty good player on the B flat and C trumpets, probably advanced high school or more experienced. I would also make sure that your range on the regular B flat trumpet is up to a good solid D or E, maybe even higher if you want to play the more advanced repertoire. And I also think you should experiment with mouthpieces because very few people play their regular mouthpiece on the piccolo trumpet. They usually go to something shallower. Now some people like to have the same exact rim, like they may play a Bach 3C, they'll go to a 3D or a 3E. Some people like to go narrower, so they may play a Bach 3C on the regular horn and go to, say, a 7E for piccolo. So it takes some experimenting. So work with a good teacher and play around with that. But in general, you're going to want to use a shallower mouthpiece, I'm sure. Back in 1973, I wrote the first method for piccolo trumpet. It was published by Tromba Music in Denver, and now the rights for distribution are mine exclusively, and they're available through Hickman Music Editions. This book covers a lot of things for the piccolo in A and the piccolo in B flat. It covers things about transposition. It has 12 etudes. It has 10 duets for 2 piccolo trumpets, and it has a number of orchestral excerpts from the music of Bach. So this is probably the best book to start with, and then after that I would go to one that's a little more advanced. We have the Piccolo Trumpet Big Book, which is about 3 times in length, and this book is more comprehensive. It deals more with the advanced piccolo playing. It covers the history of the piccolo trumpet, different types of piccolo trumpets and brands, suggested mouthpieces, mutes for piccolo, transpositions that we need when playing piccolo, how to tune it, and also Baroque ornamentation, because probably the majority of the repertoire we use piccolo for is Baroque music, and also includes solo parts edited with ornaments for music by Telemann, Torelli, Leopold Mozart, Vivaldi, Foch, Handel, J.S. Bach, Jeremiah Clarke, Manfredini, and Franceschini. Another cool thing about the book is in the back, the last 20 pages or so have interviews with famous trumpet players and what they used for piccolo. So I interviewed Bud Herseth, Ed Tarr, Alan Vizzuti, Håkan Hardenberger, Otto Sauter, Phil Smith, Fred Mills, Tony Ploeg, Charlie Schluter, and several others, and asked them questions about what type of model piccolo they were playing at the time, what mouthpieces they like, what practice materials they use, how do they warm up on the piccolo, and what sound concepts do they use? Is it different than the regular orchestral B flat or C trumpet? And what are their favorite piccolo recordings? And what personal advice would they give about using the pick? I have published a number of solos that I think work very well for the beginning piccolo player. I think probably the easiest of the solos I'm going to recommend is the Sonata in D major by Alessandro Stradella. And this is a really beautiful piece for trumpet in D. It comes with a D part and a piccolo in A part. It doesn't go terribly high, and it's technically fairly, reasonable. So advanced high school or certainly undergrad college players can play this. But it's a beautiful piece. It's one that professionals could play on a recital because it's such a great piece of music. Then we have the Symphonia to the Garden of Love by Scarlatti, and this also is a very good beginning solo. It comes with a trumpet part in D and also a part for piccolo in A. It's 3 movements, ample rest, nothing too terribly high or technically difficult. recommend is the Sonata in D major by Telemann, which Maurice Andre used to play a lot. Quite often it was one of his encores. And it's 3 movements long. The trumpet is tacit in the second movement, but it's quite active in the first and third movements. Then we have the Torelli Concerto in D, the famous one, bum 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 bum. We all know that one. Been recorded by everybody. 3 movements long. The trumpet's tacit in the second movement. And then last, and maybe the most difficult, is the Suite in D major by Handel. This has several movements. It's a suite. It has a gigue, a gavotte, a couple of marches, an overture. Now you'll see that it comes with a D part and also a piccolo and A. So I write the D part and the original, and then I have suggested ornaments, which I added, so you can get some idea of how to do the ornamenting. It doesn't go terribly high, but I think it is a little more difficult than the other 4, but still very reasonable for college students. Thank you very much.